Good afternoon, Poppickers. Welcome back to Vicious Final, where we talk about everything that bangs, clangs, and twangs. And today we're talking about the greatest record ever made, at least in my opinion, and it is this one. Not, however, this one. What the fuck? Well, let's find out. Right, so there are millions of videos online about the best albums they've made. Is it Pet Sounds? Is it Revolver? Whatever. And of course, it's all subjective. What I think is the best album in the world might mean absolutely nothing to you, or you might get a kick out of me saying it. But in my opinion, Powerage by AC/DC is the greatest album ever made. Just because it's everything you want from a rock and roll album. But why did I hold up two? Well, that's what makes it very interesting. So, 1978, they've just fired Mark Evans on the bass. I don't know why, but personal problems, I think. But actually, I felt he was a really good bass player. But they fired him, and they got in Cliff Williams, who was a great bass player, and went off with their regular production team of George Young and Harry Vanda to record their new album. And what came out was this. And first of all, to me, it's the best production job that Vanda and Young ever did, and I'm including the Angels and all their other stuff that they did. It's the best production. It's so crisp, it's so clear, it's so dry. It's amazing. The drum sound is incredible. The guitar sound incredible. The bass sounds, it all sounds incredible. So first of all, you've got that a great production team at the height of their powers. And actually, weirdly, the last time they would do that until Blow Up Your Video, many years later. So on this, you've got Cliff Williams on the bass, as I said before, Angus and Malcolm, Phil Rudd, the mighty Phil Rudd on drums, and of course, Bon Scott on vocals. What puts this above, say, Dirty Deeds or Let There Be Rock is well, first of all, Bon's performances are exceptional on this record. He sings the best he ever sang, and that includes like Highway to Hell or whatever. But also, the lyrical content of this record is by far the best he ever did. I mean, even the most heated AC/DC apologist like myself would have to admit that as much fun as his lyrics are, they're usually just sort of one step below a Viz comic. And of course, Brian Johnson is one step further of a Viz comic. And it's a lot of innuendo. Bon was good at innuendo. Brian's good at double entendres, but essentially it's the same. The lyrics on early stuff are fun, but, you know, a bit juvenile, let's say. I mean, Big Balls or Squealer on Dirty Deeds, not a good lyric on that one. So they had. I'm not saying I don't like his lyrics, but for the most part I love them. But on this one is a tale of deadbeats, down and outs, drug addicts. Every song is a story. Every song is a story, and every lyric is brilliant. You can endlessly quote them. Which is why I think it's the greatest album ever made, because you put all that together, and that's what you have. You have this amazing record. Why did I show you two different ones? Well, because in my opinion, and it's only my opinion, the best version of this album, the version that you need, is only available on vinyl, and it is the British original release. And the reason I'm saying that is because it doesn't have Rock and Roll Damnation on it, which it shouldn't have, if you ask me. This album was recorded, and it's got a completely different track listing to the one we all have on CD or to any other international release, including the original Australian Albert label version. They all follow a similar track list, and they all start with Rock and Roll Damnation on the first as the first track, but the UK one doesn't. It starts with "Give Me a Bullet." Great tune. "Give me a bullet to die on." and I'll make believe it was you. That's why. Oh, just one of the most amazing lyrics on this album. But Rock and Roll Damnation isn't on this. When in the UK, when it first came out, they'd already recorded it, and the record company said, "There's not a single on it. You need a single." So they quickly hashed out Rock and Roll Damnation with a pretty poor lyric. Great tune. Everybody loves it, obviously, and dashed it out on a 7-inch and 12-inch single. Here's the 12-inch single right there. Special limited edition single, Rock and Roll Damnation on one side and Sin City on the other. So that was the single, got them on top of the pops for the first time in their career. So obviously it did what it needed to be done. So when the album was rolled out across the world, the song Cold Hearted Man, and this was track 4, side 2, was removed, and Rock and Roll Damnation was put as the lead track, and then everything else was moved around quite a bit, actually. And there's a couple of different different versions, versions knocking about. I'll show you one later. It's one of my favorites later. But yeah. So basically, whereas we have on side 1, Give Me a Bullet, Down Payment Blues, Gone Shooting, she stirred her coffee with the same spoon to her favourite tune. And Riff Raff on side 1. And then we get Sin City. Everybody knows that. Up to My Neck in You. Up to My Neck in Misery for most of my life. Oh God, the lyrics are amazing. What's Next to the Moon? My favourite track on it. Because it's just a brilliant story of murder and just brilliant. Superman Was Out of Town. Yeah, brilliant. And then Cold Hearted Man, which everybody thinks is a weak track throwaway, but I actually think it's really cool. And finishes with the bombastic and fantastic Kicked in the Teeth. That's the UK version, and that's the version that I think is the greatest album in the world, because it doesn't have Rock and Roll Damnation on it, because Rock and Roll Damnation doesn't fit on it. Not as far as I'm concerned. It's only thrown on to all these international releases because, it's the more single version. And in fact, didn't come out, Cold Hearted Man didn't come out officially again until the box set. I couldn't remember what they called, but the box set of B-sides and rarities that came out a few years ago. Except in Australia, where the Rock and Roll Damnation single, which is this one here, the B-side was actually Cold Hearted Man. So it was released in Australia as the B-side of the single, but it wasn't. The single only had 2 album tracks in the UK. So yeah, this is only a short video because I just want to say what I think, which is that the UK edition of Powerage, is the greatest album in the world ever made. But just while we're at it, if you want to see some interesting versions, obviously all Australian albums by AC/DC came out on the Albert label. So if you can get yourself a nice blue label of that, you've got an original Australian release. The earlier ones, until Powerage, all had a kangaroo on the label. I've got them all up there. But Powerage was the first one not to. That's pretty cool. Also pretty cool is Canada. There's the Canadian version, because the Canadian version was lovely and red. How nice is that? That's lovely. And then, for some reason, I don't know why, but it's really cool. In New Zealand, in the 80s, they did a reissue of it and changed the colour scheme. Look at that. How cool is that? That's lovely. I don't know why they did it. It's on the Albert label. It's in New Zealand only. And it's got this weird sort of bluish tinge to it. So you see it side by side to the next one. It's quite mad, isn't it? I love it. I wish I had Cold Hearted Man on it. But there you go. So, they're all a bit different, aren't they? But still, this UK edition, for me, without Rock and Roll Damnation, which doesn't belong on it, is the best album in the world, in my opinion. And what does my opinion mean? Fuck all, really, isn't it? Anyway, we'll be back with Crossover Thrash pretty soon. Until then, See you later.